Alright, so question 13. What is the measure in degrees of the largest angle in the above triangle? So this triangle is 15, 39, 16, 36. You got to note the figure not drawn to scale. So this pretty much can be any shape. So in order to find the angles that those relate to the size, so let's work with smaller numbers. What do they all each have in common? So you can all take out for 3. So you're left with a 5, 13, and 12. Now, that looks familiar, a 5, 12, 13 triangle. That sounds like a right triangle, which is, this is the only, a right triangle is the only way you can have these 3 sides. So a right triangle would be 5, 12, 13. Remember, not drawn to scale, so this is this. So the largest triangle here is just, the largest angle is 90 degrees. Now that one is tricky. Just you have to remember, not figure not drawn to scale. So this can be any shape. So this is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. The only way a 5, 12, 13 triangle can exist is if it's a right triangle. And the largest angle in a right triangle is obviously 90 degrees. Number 10, if the product of x squared minus 6x plus 5 and 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0, then x could equal any of the following numbers except. So one way to do it is plugging in each one, but so you plug in each one, you just have to plug in one number to this one and this one. So if this plug in 1 or plug in 2, it gives, you plug it in here and here, see which one it gives you 0. If it doesn't give you 0 in any of them, then that's the answer. But I'm gonna do this the algebra way because I think it's faster than doing all of them, all these numbers. So let's factor x squared minus 6x plus 5. See, this factors into x minus 5, x minus 1, right? Plus 5, and yes. And then since your product, so you're just multiplying 2x. So we see 3. So let's say the 3 is going to go over here and the 1's going to go there. That works. Let's give you plus 3, negative x, minus 6x, 7x. Yes, that works. Alright, so now you just solve for 0. So x. So for this one to become 0, x has to be 5, x has to be 1, x has to be 1/2, x has to be 3. So the answer is C, 2. So I guess if you did do the plug-in method and you picked C as your first choice, you would see that none of those will give you 0. So the answer is C, 2. 13. John is making omelets. He has 3 different spices, 4 different vegetables, 2 different types of eggs. If you use 1 spice, 1 vegetable, and 1 type of egg, how many combinations of these ingredients can he have? Simple. You just multiply 3 times 4 times 2. 3 times 4 times 2, which is 12 times 2 is 24. The answer is 24. This is combination. Remember, part of the formula sheet, you just multiply everything you have together. Number 17, we did in class, but we're going to do it again for more practice. I redrew it. I'm not the best drawer. I never said I was. So this is the same thing as here. So we're going to solve for A. So it's a little bit tricky. So you have to see one triangle here. This is one triangle. And remember, triangles have to add up to 180. So this whole angle here has to add up to what? So we have 180 minus 3a minus 2a. 3a plus 2a is 5a. So that's 180 minus 5a. Now we have another triangle right here. This triangle, so another angle here, which also has to add up to 180. So you have a and 60. Okay. So you already have 60, so this is 120 minus a, because 180 minus a minus 60 is 120 minus a. So now this is a straight line. You know, straight lines have the degree of 180. So when you add these two, they have to add up to 180. So now we add them. So 180 is equal to 180 minus 5a plus 120 minus a. 180 plus 120 is 300. Minus 5a minus a is equal to 6a. It's equal to 180. Take 300 to the other side. You're left with negative 120. It's equal to negative 6a. So a is 20. So the answer is 20. Bubble in. 2 and 0. Alright, if fx is equal to 2x minus 1, what is the value of f of 5? So, same thing as a few questions back. You have to plug in 5 for this answer. We're going to have to do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It's going to be a lot. So I plug in 5. 0, we plug in 5. So f of 5 is equal to 10. 1 is 1 is equal to 9. So this one's done. Now we're next with the other f. F of 9 is equal to 17. So this f is gone. We have 2 more. F of 17. 34, 33. So this f is gone. Now the next one, f of 33 is equal to 66 minus 1, which is equal to 65. So the answer is 65. Looked hard, but really wasn't. 12. If the figure A and B, and AC is equal to 4, and triangle, and the angle BAC and angle ADC are right angles, so draw in the little right angle. What is AD? Alright, so this is 4, this is 4, we have the same length, so that means you have the same length, you have the same angles. So here you have 90 degrees here. So you know this is going to be 45. This is going to be 45. So now you want to solve the length for AD. So turn it around, just so you can see the triangle better. So if this is 45, this is 90, this has to be 45 as well. So now you know it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So you know this side has to be same as this side. So pretty much solving for whatever side. And remember, it's like the square, the hypotenuse C, which is this one, is equal to x square root of 2. So in this case, it's 4. Let's go back around. So it's equal to 4 is equal to x square root of 2. Divide by square root of 2. Divide by square root of 2. X equal to 4 square root of 2. That answer is not here. That just means we've got to go back. You remember, you can't have radicals to the denominator. So what you do, multiply by square root of 2, square root of 2. You're left with 4 square root of 2 over 2, which is 2 square root of 2, which is A. So this one's great for you have to fill in your angles. Remember that 45, 45, 90, 45, 45, 90 triangle. The hypotenuse is the side times square root of 2. So knowing that, you work yourself backwards. Number 12 or 14. If f of x is equal to x squared and g of x is equal to x minus 1, what is the value of f of g of 3? So again, plug in 3 for g. You get 2. G of 3 is equal to 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. Plug in 2 in there. F of 2 is equal to 2 squared, which is 4. So B. Okay. Carlos Catherine are estimating acceleration by rolling the ball from rest down the ramp. At 1 second, the ball is moving at 5 meters. At 2 seconds, 10. 3 is 15. 4 is 20. One graph from the line, which equation best describes? Okay. So we don't have to graph this. That'll take too much time. So this is when you just plug in the numbers into one of these equations. So plug in 1. So when you plug in 1 for x, it has to be 5. The answer has to be 5. So plug in 1. 5 plus 5 is not 5. 25 times 1 is not 5. Negative 5 times 1 is negative 5 plus 5 is 0. So that's not 5. This one's right. The other one is wrong. So the answer is D, 20D. We didn't have to do any graphing, no algebra, no finding slope. We just plug in the answers, done in Which of the following is a factor of 3x cubed minus 11x squared minus 42? Remember, when you factor, you have to bring out whatever is the same. So x cubed, x squared, x. So factor out an x times 3, x squared minus 11x minus 42. Which is hopefully check if x is an answer, and yes it is. So the answer is B. We don't have to waste our time and factor this out because the answer is already there. Number 20. If x is greater than 10, then which of the following is equivalent to that? Alright, so we have to factor out again. So 2x squared minus 7x minus 15, that's the same thing as saying what? Let's say 2x minus and x minus something. What gives you 15? 5 and 3. That won't give you that. This is a hard one. Let's see. Oh yeah, 3 and 5. Yeah, it is 5 and 3. This is plus 3 minus 5. I remember factoring just with practice and experience. So it gives you that much. Then the bottom, 2x cubed plus 13x squared plus 15x. Factor out 1x. You're left with 2x squared plus 13x plus 15. This factors out into, let's see, what gives you 15? 5 and 3. So we put the 5 here to give you 10 and 3, yes. So we need positive, so these are positive. Okay, so now we have to cancel out. So now we're left with 2x plus 3, x minus 5, x, 2x plus 3, x plus 5. Cancel out what's the same. This is the only one that's the same. So we're left with x minus 5 times x and x plus 5. So we have to distribute the x. So you're left with x minus 5 divided by x squared plus 5x. The answer is E. So remember, if you have any questions about this, we'll go over it on Monday. If you have questions, you can't wait till Monday, just go ahead and email me and I'll answer back as soon as possible. All right, thank you.